1998 nickel, don't throw this Jefferson away. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into a coin that's probably sitting in your pocket right now. The 1998 United States Jefferson Nickel. It looks plain, doesn't it? Just a standard, modern 5-cent piece. But the year 1998 is crucial, particularly for coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While billions were produced, a few key production issues have made certain 1998 nickels incredibly valuable to collectors, potentially worth hundreds of dollars. We're going to break down the history, the design, and most importantly, the two key errors you need to look for that can turn your pocket change into a serious payday. Stick around, you might want to check your change jar right now. To appreciate the 1998 nickel, let's briefly look at its lineage. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the popular Buffalo nickel. The design features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president, on the obverse, the head side. This particular portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, whose initials, though tiny, can sometimes be found near the base of Jefferson's bust. The reverse, the tail side, features Jefferson's iconic home, Monticello, along with the inscriptions, Monticello, e pluribus unum, United States of America, and the denomination, 5 cents. The composition, by 1998, the composition of the nickel was the standard for the modern era, 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a weight of 5.0 grams. The mints, in 1998, nickels were struck at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, P. the largest mintage, no mint mark, Denver, D. mint mark found to the right of Monticello, San Francisco. S. struck only proof coins for collectors, while mintages were high, over 600 million combined from P and D. It's the Philadelphia, P, coins that hold. The biggest secrets this year. This is the holy grail for 1998 nickel collectors. We are looking for the extremely rare 1998 P double die reverse, DDR. A double die coin occurs when the hub, which imparts the design onto the die, strikes the blank die more than once at slightly different angles. This causes a subtle, overlapping or blurry image on the struck coin. How to spot it? Focus on the reverse, Monticello side. Use a strong magnification, a 10x or 20x loop is necessary. Look at the word Monticello and the motto E pluribus unum. The most noticeable doubling on this variety is a clear spread or doubling visible on the letters of Monticello, particularly the top edges of the letters. It looks like the lettering has a distinct shadow or offset outline. Crucial note, this is not machine doubling, which is common and worthless. This is true, valuable double die evidence. It's listed in major error catalogs and has been confirmed by experts. The value, because this error is rare and highly desirable, its value skyrockets, especially in high grades. A circulated, but identifiable, 1998 PDDR can start at $50 to $100 USD. A certified, high-grade example, like MS-65, can easily sell for $200 to over $500 US at auction. Finding this error is like finding a needle in a haystack, but the reward is worth the hunt. Our second area of high value involves another reverse detail, but this one is a little more subtle. This is what collectors call the wide AM, or sometimes, a reverse of 1997 variety. To understand this, you need to look at the words United States of America on the reverse. Specifically, focus on the last 2 letters of America, the A and the M. Normal, 1998 die on a typical 1998 nickel. The bottom of the letters A and M in America are close together or touching. This is the intended spacing for this year. The error, wide AM. The rare variety uses a die, or hub, intended for 1997, where the bottom of the letters A and M are noticeably separated and wide apart. Why did this happen? It's believed that a reverse die meant for earlier production or even the proof S mint strikes was mistakenly paired with a 1998 working obverse die. This type of die pairing error is common and highly collectible across various U.S. denominations, like the 1992 close AM Lincoln cent. The value, while not as famous as the double die, the wide AM, is still highly valuable due to its scarcity. Certified examples in uncirculated grades, MS-65 and above, can sell for $75 to $150 US and sometimes more, depending on demand and condition. Remember, you need to check both the double die and the wide AM on your 1998 nickels. What about the other 99.9%? Of 1,998 nickels, circulated coins, P and D? If you find a normal 1998 P or D nickel in your change, it's worth its face value, 5 cents. No premium here, unless you are completing an album. Brilliant uncirculated, a pristine, uncirculated roll coin from the Denver or Philadelphia Mint might fetch 25 cents to $1 USD from a collector who needs a higher grade example. Proof coins, Mint. These highly polished, mirror finish coins, only struck in San Francisco, are beautiful collectibles. A 1998 proof nickel typically sells for $3 to $8 today, often found in original mint sets. The real money is in the errors. If you find a pristine 1998 P, it is absolutely worth setting aside and checking under magnification. So, there you have it. The 1998 Jefferson Nickel, a coin that hides serious error potential. Whether you are searching rolls, coin bags, or just your own piggy bank, always check that year, your 1998 nickel checklist. Check the mint mark, focus on the Philadelphia, no mint mark, issues, search for doubling. Magnify Monticello for the highly valuable double die reverse. Check the spacing, look at the and M in America for the wide AM spacing. That if you find a potential error, handle it by the edges, put it in a safe holder, and get a second opinion from a numismatic expert. Call to action. Have you checked your 1998 nickels? Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable error coin. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into coins that might be worth far more than face value. Happy hunting, and I'll see you next time.